Hi everyone, welcome to this short video. Today's subject is going to be mind mapping. I'm Jasper, Head of English at BUV, and I'll be taking you through this subject. So, what is mind mapping? Put simply, it's a very effective way of taking notes, creating documents which summarize your knowledge, your understanding. And it has some unique benefits that can really help your study. So let's begin. Here is a really basic representation of a mind map. A lot of people think that a mind map is the same as a spider diagram. I used to think this as well when I first heard about it. I thought that a spider diagram where you have a word in the middle and then notes branching off, so it looks like a spider's web. I thought that that was the same as a mind map. They're not the same. A mind map is similar in that it has notes and it is distributed around a center, but the key thing that's different is images, colors, and different ways of representing information. So you see here we have a central image of sleep, right? And then we have different colors, different strands coming off that, which have associated words. This is what a university student's mind map might look like. Say that they're in a lecture. This is how they've organized it. This one doesn't have as many drawings, as much visual information, but it does have different shapes, different colors, highlighting, and crucially, there's links that are drawn between the different points. So while there is a center, there's also a relationship between all of these different areas. So the key thing is that a mind map helps you to develop your visual thinking capacity, right? Our minds work very well with visual information. They don't tend to work so well with just written information. If you think about it, this is quite natural, right? We tend to think in images rather than just words. Or if we do think in words, we have images with them. So why don't we take notes in that way? Well, mind mapping is a way of taking notes like that. It's a summary of a body of knowledge and it mixes words and pictures. This is a really good way of doing things as well because it blends logic with creativity. We have that mixture, and so it helps us to think more effectively and even more innovatively about the subject we are studying. Another benefit of mind mapping, can you guess? Well, it helps you to see the bigger picture. We start off by looking at one central theme, and then we move outwards, we zoom outwards, and it helps us gain an overview of the subject we are studying. There are some other things that mind mapping is really good for. It helps you to organize this broad information into smaller, easy to remember chunks. This can help you feel more organized and prevent information overload. Quite often, if we have to read a book chapter or a journal article, something very long, something very detailed, it's quite hard to make sense of it, or it takes a long time to understand what's being said. If we do a mind map, it's much easier to break down that information into a visual guide, and it also can help show you where there are areas you're not sure about. So that's one of the main things that's good about a mind map. And also it blends together this creative side with this more logical side. right? You get to do both of these together. If you're like me, right, if I'm in a lecture or I'm in a lesson, I like to just draw something with my pen. Quite often I do sketches. I just do little sketches, and that helps me to sort of concentrate or stay focused. Now, if you mind map, you can add that to your note taking. So instead of drawing a picture of a cat or something, you can draw something that is relevant to the subject you are studying. Then you get to sort of practice that sketching that keeps your hands busy and make it part of your notes. So you're mixing this creative instinct with your more logical instinct. That's a very powerful way of organizing your learning. So if we come back to how to do a mind map, it's quite easy, but there's still some things to keep in mind. What you would normally do, get some paper, place it in front of you, draw a memorable, colored central image which represents the topic you are going to be mapping. So it's really important to have color and to make it memorable. And then you want to draw at least 4 different branches, and using a different color for each branch is helpful. So you've got that variety that helps you remember. Using color to remember items is really helpful. And then along each of these branches, you're going to write the key topics, and each sub-branch will have a different topic. So if we look, for instance, we've got the apple here in the middle. Then look at the red branch, it says vitamins. And what would we have in the sub-branches? We might have vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, right? So there we go. And then we could branch off from there. We could branch off again and say vitamin C, health effects, immune defense or something. And then we could link the branch health and the branch vitamin. And you see we're getting this big overview of the subject and how things fit together. So it's very simple. It's a very simple thing to do. But there are some things you can do to make your mind map not only effective, but also beautiful, because it's fun, right? It's fun to make it look as nice as it can. So a few things that you can do. Use symbols to represent different types of ideas and concepts. You can use keywords, which is quite straightforward. Another one is use capital letters for important concepts and lowercase letters for less important concepts. You can use different fonts to emphasize different themes or different topics, and using a lot of color. So if you don't have a good set of colored pens, this is an excuse to go out, or not go out, go online. Let's say go online, buy yourself a set of colored pens, okay? And then you can have some fun organizing your mind maps in a beautiful, colorful way. You can also do things like hierarchies, pyramids. You don't have to stick to circles and lines. You can make this look however you want, okay? And so really there we have it. That's mind mapping. What is it? It's a way of creating a visual representation of your knowledge. What are the benefits? These benefits are shown by research, by the way. I'm not making this up. These benefits include improving your critical thinking, improving your creative thinking, and having a better understanding of the topic you're studying. If you look at the left here, this is a mind map. This is a visual set of notes. You look at the right, this is traditional notes. Which one do you think is more effective? Which is more enjoyable to read? Which is more enjoyable to write? Which is more visually appealing? Which one will you remember more clearly? I think it's straightforward, right? You'll remember the mind map. Okay, so we like to use technology, right? So you can use your colored pens, get your colored pens, do it by hand, But if you want to use your iPad, you can do that too. And I'm just going to quickly show you a few different free mind mapping tools. So the first one that you can use is this one, MindMup, MindMup.com. And they have lots of different options, but they do have a free package. You can download your mind maps as images, Word documents, or PDFs, so you can save them. Another one is mindmaps.app. That one is a little bit more tricky to use, but it has a lot of options and it's quite a good tool for creating a mind map. All right. And the other one, if you want more information on mind mapping, on the benefits of mind mapping, what you can do with mind mapping and how to do it, then visit this very easy to remember website, mindmapping.com. Okay, that's everything that I have to go through today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you use mind maps. It's a great way of studying. Let me know if you have any questions. You can send them to the English department email, or you can send them to the Student Experience department. Happy studying!